Do a special welcome to Susan Charles here, Susan is the former director of Center for Craft and Design, and really Susan is the reason that I'm here. So Susan and I met in 2016 at an event at the Mary Black Gallery, and we discovered that we had one life-altering event in common, and we actually have more than one, but we discovered one. And Susan said, well, we really need to talk. So we went for coffee, and the next thing I knew, I was not only having a new friend, but I was teaching at the Center for Craft and Design, teaching my one look at a time rug hooking classes. And then next thing I knew, I was invited to do an artist in residence, the craft lair. I was one of the first craft lair people to do an artist in residence at the Center for Craft. And then more recently, Susan and I were out on an artist date. We went to see the display at the Mary Black Gallery, which is a rug hooking display by a wonderful artist from Newfoundland called Larry Wayland. And Larry has hooked 2 complete bathrooms, including hooking the brushes and the toilet paper and all the walls. Like it's like a fantastic display. So we met to go there, and then we were just walking by here, and I had said how disappointed I was that the Center for Craft Design shop had to close during COVID, and how I missed having my work somewhere in a physical presence. And we walked in, and Susan introduced me to Shauna, who was the artist on duty that day. And Shauna said, oh, well, I know your work because one of the curators in the Ice House Gallery in Tatamouche had recommended me for here, but they thought maybe I'd be too busy to come to this gallery. I'm like, oh. So I'm not too busy, and I am thrilled beyond belief to be part of this gallery. So yes, thank you so much, and thank you to the hanging committee. I just handed them all my work, and then they arranged it so beautifully, and they do a job. So every month, the art in the gallery rotates. So and each of the artists brings in 1 or 2 new pieces, and so. Anyway, I hope that you'll stop by often after tonight and just see what's happening. So and also, sorry that we couldn't have wine and cheese, but I do have some treats for you. I have some jelly beans on the counter, and I have some cards here for people to help themselves to afterwards. So that'll be to take home. So the title of this show is called Wild Woman Becoming in Full Color. And I wanted to first say that wild woman is just a term that I've chosen, but really it applies to anyone, any gender, any identity that you have, because it's really about becoming your authentic wild self. So, okay. And so the first question you might be asking is, what's a wild woman, right? So being a wild woman is feeling free to express yourself, to have fun. It means being true to yourself. And there's also an element of nature and wildness, like being part of the earth's rhythms. When I'm feeling like a wild woman, I feel like I'm taller, like I'm powerful, like I am unstoppable, right? That's the feeling. And a wild woman feels free. She feels free to be part of the sisterhood, to be herself, to dance, to move freely, and to say what's in her heart, right? And a wild woman knows what she needs and gives herself permission to go for it and to accept it. And a wild woman is wild from a place of inner joy, but also inner anger and righteousness as well, right? That's part of being wild. So my wild woman mats are a departure from my healing mats, in that they are not abstract in design. I have a whole other series of healing mats that are more abstract in design. And each wild woman, hi, welcome, come on in. Hi, thank you so much for coming. Hi, and happy birthday, Lisa.
Thank you.